Right, then this is now my WWE Bad Blood 2024 review. And yes, a lot happened in the return of Bad Blood to WWE. And yes, this is one that loads and loads of us were really hyped for. And yeah, we got 5 really good, entertaining matches, in my opinion. And yes, the show did, of course, kick off with CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. I thought it would main event the show, but anyway, it was a good opener. Um, Honestly, these two just beat the absolute hell out of each other as expected. I mean, before the match, they're both saying how they were going to murder each other and all that. Yeah, honestly, I mean, they had the blade toolbox out that they were going at each other's ears and eyes with and all that. Yeah, brutal stuff, to be fair, throughout the match from both. Both flying through a table as well. I mean, honestly, so many big moments in this match, to be honest. Drew McIntyre pouring all the beads over CM Punk's head and all that. I mean, to be fair, I think it. I mean, CM Punk was obviously expected to win the match. I think everyone knew he was gonna win, but at a few points, though, it did have you believing Drew McIntyre was actually gonna do it. I mean, he got some big near falls on CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre had moments where he was getting the better of CM Punk for a good couple, like 5 minutes or so. Then CM Punk had a good 5 minute spell at times as well. But CM Punk did eventually get the win over Drew McIntyre, and it did end with, of course, Drew McIntyre pouring the beads over CM Punk's head. Then eventually Drew McIntyre got him, went for a Claymore. CM Punk then dodged out the way of it. Drew slipped on the beads, fell on the steel step, and then eventually CM Punk found a chain from outside where he wrapped it across his knee, got Drew McIntyre up for the go to sleep, and hit it on him. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre loses to CM Punk in the Hell in a Cell match. And yes, CM Punk 2-1 over Drew McIntyre. And I'm guessing that now fully ends the feud. But they had a good solid half an hour match. Rating all the matches out of 10, I think this is honestly one of the matches of the year, in my opinion. I would give it a 10 out of 10. I just think it had everything, to be fair. Had all the near falls, a good entertainment factor to it. The build up was all bloody brilliant. And yeah, it's the best match possible to end it all on. Brutal, blood everywhere from both guys as well, which is what we wanted to see in WWE. And it's something that you need to see in Bad Blood. Brutal. I mean, CM Punk had oxygen at the end. You saw Drew McIntyre up in the ring. His face was covered in blood. At the end, honestly, brutal stuff. Fair play to both guys. CM Punk moves on, and it's going to be, I reckon, surely we got to see CM Punk versus Gunther soon, I'm guessing. But yeah. Or no, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, but Seth's looking to fight Bronson Reed or something at the moment. It's looking like Seth's involved in, this Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman feud, it's looking like as well. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there with CM Punk from now on. You never know, Drew might want one more. I know, I doubt they'll do one more. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, 10 out of 10 match, fantastic stuff. Then we do, of course, get Nia Jax defending the Women's World Championship against Bayley in a normal singles match. Good match here, to be fair. Nia Jax, I mean, was squashing Bayley for quite a lot of the match, to be fair, throwing her around, smashing into her, and all that. Yeah, Nia Jax was, I mean, good Samoan drops on Bayley as well. I thought Nia Jax was mostly dominant in the match. Bayley had the odd spell where I think she actually Samoan dropped Nia Jax in the match, near fall, couldn't get her. But yeah, overall, I thought it was just pretty dominant from Nia Jax until both women were down. And later on, Tiffany Stratton came running out as both of them were down with the Money in the Bank briefcase, went and started attacking Bayley, had her down, and then eventually Tiffany Stratton gave the briefcase to the referee. It looked like she wanted to cash in, but the moment she done that, Nia Jax did the bloody Undertaker sit up. And Nia Jax saw Tiffany was saying, I wasn't trying to cash in and all that. And then eventually, Bayley went at Tiffany, and yeah, it was all distractions from there. And then Nia Jax took advantage of Bayley, and Nia Jax was able to win and retain the championship. It was everything how we expected, really. I give it a 7 out of 10. Nothing too special, but it's still just going along that mostly, that storyline between Tiffany and Nia. But yeah, at the end, Nia didn't celebrate with Tiffany at all. She just walked off. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there with those two. But yeah, we're still waiting for that Tiffany Stratton cash in. When the trigger gets pulled, we'll have to wait and see. But it's really being teased. I'm not sure it will happen until next year, though, to be fair. That's what I'm kind of thinking as of now. But I know how long can they actually hold this out for? I don't know. It might happen at the Royal Rumble, possibly. The cash in, I'm guessing, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, next up we had the Damian Priest versus Finn Balor match. Yeah, good match to be fair. Finn Balor and, Damian Priest obviously had a brutal feud, of course. Obviously, Finn Balor turning on Priest. Priest was looking for his revenge here. Went after Finn Balor from the off, beat him up, back him up in the corner. And yeah, Damian Priest, obviously, as we knew, was the way stronger guy, the way bigger man. And, we, of course, saw Damian Priest use all of that to his advantage in the match. Finn Balor, again, he had his odd moments. He had Priest down for a few niffles, but let's be real. No one ever thought Finn Balor was actually going to win the match. Yeah, Judgment Day obviously came out as expected. JD McDonough, Carlito came out, tried to distract Damian Priest and put him off his game. It didn't bother Damian Priest at all. Yeah, eventually, Damian Priest was just able to take advantage of Finn Balor, as he was able to just beat up JD McDonough and Carlito on the outside easily. And yeah, Priest eventually was able to beat Finn Balor. And yeah, there you go. There you go. It's like, yeah, I don't think Finn Balor's going to be very happy with the Judgment Day, always wanting to get into it. I mean, he might not be happy with them always wanting to get into his business, but yeah, there you go. Damian Priest with a big win over Finn Balor. Okay, next up, we of course got an interesting match for the WWE Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for Liv Morgan's World Women's Championship. Yeah, good match, of course, with Dirty Dominic Mysterio in the Shark Cage. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was actually expecting the Shark Cage to be like directly above the ring, but it was actually high up outside the ring. I would have preferred it if it was up directly above the ring, but yeah, it's like what it was when Dominic was in the Shark Cage for Ray and Eddie Guerrero. But yeah, it is what it is. Good match to be fair. Rhea Ripley obviously taking the fight to Liv Morgan straight away, and playing the narrative that Liv's a little bit scared of her. But yeah, you'd say Rhea Ripley mostly had the upper hand in the match, of course, with, Liv Morgan coming at her a bit, having the odd near fall. But Rhea Ripley, to be fair, was mostly in control of it. But eventually, Dominic Mysterio was able to break out of the Shark Cage somehow. Yes, he was somehow able to break out of the Shark Cage. And as he was about to jump out and leave, he got his foot stuck in one of a string thing or something like that, and he was dangling down from it. I don't know if it was a botch or if it was meant to happen. It was funny either way, though. But yeah, Dominic was dangling for God knows how long. Kind of put Liv Morgan off her game, of course, as we know. But eventually, bloody Raquel Rodriguez comes back and starts to beat up Rhea Ripley on the outside as she looked to go after Dominic. So yeah, Rhea Ripley wins via disqualification as Raquel Rodriguez beats up Rhea Ripley on the outside. And then eventually, she got Rhea Ripley back in the ring, just put Liv Morgan on top of her for 1, 2, 3, basically saying that she won the match, but no, Liv lost by disqualification. But she does retain the belt, so I don't know where they go from here. Do we really want to see another Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan match? I'm not sure. It might move on to Rhea versus Raquel. That makes sense, to be fair. Rhea and Raquel, two of the biggest women in WWE. Or on Raw at least. They do that match, then Liv moves on, fight someone else. That could be what happens. But again, though, Rhea might want the match back though, because technically she didn't really lose properly, or she might just want to get revenge on Raquel for costing her. I don't know what they're gonna do. There's loads of possible things. I feel like loads of possible outcomes that could happen. But yeah, good match overall in my opinion. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. Finn Balor, Damien Priest, I don't think I rated that one. 7.5 out of 10. Then yeah, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, 8 out of 10. Okay, there we go. Then we get to our main event. It is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Good match, of course, as expected. Everyone was really hyped to see Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa go at it, of course. Everyone was hyped for Cody to tag in Roman Reigns. Roman went blade straight after him. And yeah, beating the hell out of him. The crowd loved it, of course. And when Roman went at it with Jacob Fatu, everyone wanted to see that as well, of course. But yeah, Cody Rhodes has some good moments, of course. Solo Sikoa had a real good near fall on Roman Reigns in the match. Yeah, it was a very interesting one, to be fair, where, you were thinking it could go either way. Jacob Fatu almost had Cody Rhodes out of there, almost possibly had Roman Reigns out of there. Honestly, just a good, solid match as expected. Yeah, brutal, to be fair. I think, Roman Reigns sent Jacob Fatu through the barricade at a point in the match as well. Solo Sikoa actually hit Roman Reigns with a spear. People thinking that was it, but it wasn't. Cody Rhodes was able to split them up. Yeah, honestly, a very, very, very good all-round match that we saw here. And then eventually, Jimmy Uso came out of nowhere and beat the absolute hell out of Solo Sikoa, took him out, got him back in the ring, and eventually Roman Reigns was able to get Solo and pin him, and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes win the tag team match. And then, straight after that, as Jimmy Uso returns, reunites with Roman Reigns, The Rock comes out, and there you go. He gets you thinking. He got a massive pop, of course. He's back. Whose team is he going to be on? Oh, Jesus. Whose team is The Rock going to be on is the big question. Now, I'm guessing the Bloodline. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, you'd have on Team Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes, I'm guessing. Would they get Jay involved? I don't know. Jay's having a run of his life right now as the Intercontinental Champ. I don't know if they'd get him involved. But yeah, it's all interesting stuff. I think the Rock will team with Solo, Jacob Fatu. That makes it all interesting. Rock leading the Bloodline. But yeah, 10 out of 10 match, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline. Anyway, thanks for watching.